Yo, hold on. I just had a crazy idea. Well, that wasn't my plan, but, like, fuck it. I don't think I've done the Martian Madness event in, like, a year or two at least. Ah, damn. Unfortunately, it looks like my thought process did not quite pan out. Okay. Well, rise and grind gamers. My name is Tetsyumi, and welcome back to episode 22 of our Terraria Infernum rogue-only playthrough. And, I guess we're starting out with a Martian Madness event. Like, damn, I genuinely think it's been, like, it probably has been 2 years or something since I've done a Martian Madness event. I've just simply had pretty much no reason to. Unless I'm lying, and we did one in Fargos Soul Mod. Which actually, now that I mentioned that, no, we absolutely did do one in Fargos Soul Mod. So, like, yeah, I was just lying through my teeth. But, like, either way, still. Well, you know what? I suppose while I'm doing this Martian Madness event, I can try and explain to you guys, like, my thought process of what I was talking about in the intro. So, I remember, I don't know how many updates ago in Calamity it was, but, like, a few Calamity updates ago, I remember that they added a bunch of these floating islands, right? But in a few of those floating islands, they actually had just giant, basically, spheres of Luminite. And, like, you couldn't mine it yet, obviously, because, like, you needed a good pickaxe to mine the Luminite. But I remember that was a thing. So I was thinking, right, for a few of the things in this episode that I want to do, it's not like we need Luminite to do them or anything, but I was thinking, like, some of the things we're going to end up crafting as, like, crafting ingredients, we could technically upgrade further with Luminite and make ourselves, like, even stronger. So I was thinking, right, because we defeated Golem, we got the Picksaw last episode, I was thinking that maybe it's possible the Picksaw could mine the Luminite and we could, like, you know, do the thing I was talking about, technically do a little bit of progression skipping, like, get some really good armor and weapons and stuff. But, no, because as it turns out, I guess Calamity removed it, or who knows, maybe Infernum removed it or something. But that's totally okay, because in this episode, we are still going to be crafting things. Hopefully that should be really cool, and we are going to be taking down some new bosses. However, we'll probably talk more about that in our actual episode to-do list. So I suppose, let's go ahead and wait for this Martian Madness event to be over, and then I can actually talk to you guys about all that. All right, well, I guess there we go. The Martians have been defeated. Pretty cool. I don't think I got anything important out of that, but you know what? I guess we got a bunch of shock grenades. These seem kind of cool. Maybe they'll be useful. So gamers, like I said, what is going on? This is episode 22. I was actually in the middle of writing our episode to-do list, like right when I tried to have that epiphany, right, and go see if I could mine up Luminite in the non-existent, like, Luminite spheres up here. So yeah, let me, I guess, go ahead and first off continue writing our episode to-do list. My inventory has been cleared and my to-do list has, I believe, been written. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. So first things first, we got ourselves a brand new ore that we can go ahead and mine called Perennial Ore. We have needed the Picksaw to go ahead and mine it, but now we can get it. However, there's a bit of a weird thing with Perennial Ore. The thing is, last episode, you might remember, we literally just crafted ourselves the hydrothermic set and, like, these hard Hadal mantle wings, whatever they are, from the Scoria ore that we got in the last episode. So you might be thinking, it's kind of weird to, like, replace the armor and stuff you literally just got and just were able to mine with another ore that now you could also mine. And that's the thing, Perennial Bar is a new armor set and there's some new weapons you can make. However, there is a difference between the two, and the main difference is obviously right now we're in a rogue set. This one doesn't have a rogue set, and also this one doesn't really have any rogue weapons. I think it has literally one, the Mangrove Chakram, which I'm not gonna craft. It doesn't even look like it's very good. But the main reason we actually want Perennial Bar is because of this right here. We can now make ourselves Life Alloy, which, again, it looks like it has a lot. Currently, there is not much we can craft, and even less that are going to be useful to us. So the sole thing we want to basically get Perennial Bar for is to make a few of these Life Alloy, and then we want just a few of these Life Alloys to make this thing right here, the System Bane. It's another rogue weapon. It is like, it's one of those Drayden's weapons, right? So it takes charge to use. If I'm going to be completely transparent, it doesn't even seem very good. What it does is it hurls an unstable device which sticks to the ground and shocks nearby enemies with lightning. Stealth strikes make the device emit a large, damaging electromagnetic field. So what it kind of feels like to me is it feels like this is basically just like a sentry thing where, like, I'll throw it on the ground, it'll stay on the tile and have like a big electromagnetic radius and, like, damage enemies. That doesn't seem too crazy good, but, like, I don't know, maybe it's going to be some kind of a sleeper pick and maybe it's going to be really good. But I did want to just try it out and test it because, like, this is the rogue playthrough, right? I want to try out and test as many different rogue weapons as we can. So that is the first thing, right? Perennial Ore, Life Alloy. And then after we do all that, our main goal for this episode is going to be to go ahead and defeat the Duke FIshron. I'm not really sure where perennial ore is most common. I actually would imagine it's probably like somewhere in the jungle, but I think I do remember seeing some while I was like building this little inset like tunnel here to our abyss biome. Yeah, there's some right there actually. So let's see, using the pixel, yeah, we can mine a whole bunch of it. So I'm not gonna bore you guys with a whole bunch of mining. Actually, realistically, I don't even think we need that much. Like honestly, probably even just this little bit here that we're already mining is probably gonna be enough. We really just need enough to make a few bars to make like 5 or 10 life alloys. But like, we're not making armor or like weapons or anything crazy with it. We literally like 175 might just straight up be enough for us already. Oh wait, do we find it? Oh, please tell me that's it. Yes, dude, that is totally it. Oh my god, I have genuinely been around like my entire jungle because I've been trying to find this one little thing, the Drayden's Lab. Because in this jungle Drayden's Lab, we need to grab ourselves, I believe it's in here. Yeah, there we go, the encrypted jungle schematic, because we need to decrypt this, and that's how we can make the weapon. And technically other weapons, but like we can't make any of them, so literally just that one weapon. Well, now if I come back home, I believe we can just make ourselves a whole bunch of, yeah, there it is, the perennial bars. Damn, you know what? I didn't realize how many ore we grabbed, but we got ourselves a respectable 133. And we also need to come up into our like supercomputer thing and put in the jungle schematic, which actually, right, I forgot we do need to upgrade our like supercomputer here. I forgot what we need to do to upgrade this. This is all we needed. We just need to make ourselves the long-range sensor array, and then we just slap that right on top of this computer. And now we can go ahead and start decrypting the jungle schematic. And you know what? I suppose while that's decrypting, we can also go ahead and make ourselves a bunch of this life alloy, which again, I don't really remember how much we need. I guess we'll craft like 20 of it. 20 seems like a probably fine amount. Yeah, we only need 5 actually. Oh, you know what? I forgot we can also craft ourselves a miracle fruit, which just permanently increases our life. So I suppose we can also just do that. Let's look up fruit, and yeah, there it is. Okay. Bam, there we go. Oh, look at that, dude. Our hearts look sick. All right, while that was finishing decrypting, I just went out and grabbed myself a few of these truffle worms, and let's see. Yeah, there we go. It is now done decrypting. I believe, just go ahead and slap that open. And look at that. We got all this cool lore that I'm not going to read, but more importantly, we have access to all of those new weapons. Besides life alloy, I really didn't see like what we actually need to make it, but what was it called? System Bane or something like that? I don't remember. Do we actually have everything? No, we need infected armor plating. Bro, what is that? How do we get that? You have got to be kidding me. This mid-ass looking weapon, you need to beat the Plaguebringer Goliath before you can make it, because apparently infected armor plating is only dropped by the Plaguebringer Goliath. Okay, well, that's awesome. That's awesome and cool. You know what, dude? Let's go fight Duke FIshron. Let's go fight him. I do apologize for all that useless running around. I really thought that we didn't have to fight the Plaguebringer Goliath before we made that weapon. But either way, I went ahead and made myself the truffle worm platter, which basically just makes it not consumable like our truffle worm, so we can fight this thing without having to go farm for more truffle worms. And I think we can just get into it. The weapon I'm going to use is going to be the subduction slicer that we got in the last episode. If you guys don't remember what it does, is it throws an exploding scythe, and stealth strikes also summon a pillar of fire on enemy hits. It sounds cool. I don't actually know if it's going to be very good, but if it's not, we can always resort to one of like these weapons, or like probably the good old reliable crush saw crasher, right? Something like that. But either way, gamers, I suppose let's just go ahead. Oh, you know what? Thank you for reminding me, waifus. Let me go ahead and turn you guys back on. And now, get into the Duke FIshron fight there. Let's see. Oh my god. Wow, he is already fast as fuck. Oh my god, look at that. Oh shit. Yo, his sprite looks dope. Oh my god. Oh, this is so cool. Holy shit. I also, you know what? I know he's about to ram into me. I did also forgot to turn back on my dash, so let me do that. Yep, there we go. It almost helped. You know what? The dash almost helped. So this guy is pretty damn fast. Yeah, you know what? He is absolutely zooming around. This might be a fight where I actually need to like understand the pattern of the boss before I even like before I can even really give it a good attempt. But honestly, I think as long as I stay as mobile as he is, it doesn't seem too bad. Although I really cannot say that this weapon is doing particularly well. I feel like we kind of do need like a good homing weapon or something, which we honestly don't really have. We don't have a very fast like homing weapon that we can use. Whoa! What the fuck? I did not expect that at all, but I guess we got into its third phase. I'm gonna be honest, so far that fight seems incredibly straightforward. Like, he moves fast, but like all of his attacks seem pretty kind of normal, if I'm being honest. Like, besides, I guess, the giant like cyclones that are a little bit bigger and hurt a lot, they're not particularly hard to avoid. God damn, what the fuck was going on with that giant like whirlpool at the bottom there? What? What? Dude, what? That was easy. That was easy. That was too easy, dude. What the fuck was that? I swear, like, all last episode, I was hyping it up in my head, like, Duke FIshron's gonna be so cool. Duke FIshron's gonna be, it must be harder than Golem. Like, they made Golem a really fun, interesting, like, difficult fight. What are they gonna do with Duke FIshron? Duke FIshron's gonna be awesome. I literally waited for the stealth strike. I threw my spear straight in the air, and that's all I did. And then I flew around in like a figure 8. That's literally all I did. Oh my god. I mean, I guess shout out to this weapon, dude. The Shard of Antumbra. I mean, it was goated. Like, the stealth strikes leave homing stars in their wake, so like that's why I was just throwing it straight up, because like it would go up and then come back down and just spawn a bunch of these like homing stars. And yeah, that worked like insanely well. Holy shit. I mean, yeah, cool. I enjoyed that fight. It was cool, but like that is such a discrepancy between Golem and Duke FIshron. That's kind of funny. But I will absolutely take it, dude. I mean, shit, Duke FIshron has been taken down. Dude, honestly, the line of bosses that we've taken down already is getting pretty damn long. But let's see. Did we get anything swag and epic from the treasure bag? 3, 2, 1, bam. Anything? Ooh, what is that? Oh my. Whoa. Whoa. I was going to say, oh, that's cool. We got the wings. Mighty Duke's Decapitator. 428 rogue damage. Throws a hydro axe, which shreds enemies when it comes into contact with them. The faster the axe is spinning, the more times it hits before disappearing. Stealth strikes emit short-range bubbles. That sounds awesome. I don't know what it means by the faster the axe is spinning. So does it like stay in the air? And yeah, I see. It stays in the air and like spins. Oh, I see. It spins slower. So you actually want to hit enemies in the beginning of the attack because it slows down when it's spinning. And then I guess it does what is it, less damage? What is it? It'll just hit the enemies more the faster it's spinning. And then the stealth strikes are also spawning all these bubbles. Do these bubbles like home in or something? It just says they emit short range bubbles, which I mean, seems good. Honestly, that's pretty cool. I didn't really have much of a plan after Duke FIshron. I kind of thought it was going to be a Golem situation where he was going to take us like a little bit more tries than that. So shit, what do you guys say we do the Plaguebringer Goliath? I mean, how hard could that possibly be? He says with fear in his heart because he knows the Plaguebringer Goliath is going to be difficult. So I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. What I'm about to say is going to sound like an absolute total crazy cop-out. It kind of is, but like, listen, just hear me out. As you may or may not know, I've been pre-recording a whole hell of a lot of videos because I'm about to go on vacation. I'm tired, dude. Like, I have been non-stop for the past 2 days recording and editing and doing classwork and like schoolwork and work outside, like moving rocks and like shoveling dirt. Like, legitimately, I'm not even making that up. I've actually been doing that for the past 2 goddamn days. I am so tired. So like in between clips, I've been like low-key editing these videos, and I say low-key, I just have been editing these videos. And I think right now we're sitting at around like 13 minutes or so in this video. I want to go to sleep, so I do apologize. Like, sincerely, I really do apologize for this. We are not going to do the Plaguebringer Goliath in this video, because instead, I think I'm going to take some much-needed sleep. And I say sleep knowing damn well that after this, it's 11 o'clock at night, right? Oh, wow, no, it's not. Okay, it's 12 o'clock at night right now. What I need to do still is go eat dinner and then start working on another goddamn lab for school that I can't do while I'm on vacation because I need my, like, physical computer to work on it because, goddamn, I need to install, like, Linux and do all this bullshit. God, I hate it. I hate it so much when I need to use my own machinery, bro. I don't even have any storage space. My bad, y'all. Didn't mean to turn that into a rant, but I am gonna call it an episode for today. And also, you know what? This could serve as a little bit of a test because this is gonna be a pretty much shorter episode than usual, like by at least about 5 minutes. So maybe, like, this video will get more retention rate and, like, you know, maybe you guys will like it more and I can do more shorter videos like this. Or maybe you guys will hate it and I'll go back to doing longer videos. But either way, I do sincerely, genuinely apologize. I'm going to go ahead and call it an episode. So gamers, if you like the video, please like it. If you like it, subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching. And I promise you, at the very beginning of the next episode, we are going to get straight into the Plague Bear and Goliath fight because I am genuinely actually looking forward to that fight. But with that being said, like I said, that's going to be all from me. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the normal YouTube stuff. And gamers, I will see you in the next video. Peace.